The power of simple freedom. In October of 1958, renowned philosopher Sir Isaiah Berlin gave a groundbreaking lecture at the University of Oxford. In it, he introduced a powerful idea, what he called the two concepts of liberty. Berlin explored the meaning of freedom in depth and proposed that liberty just isn't one simple concept. Instead, he argued that there are two distinct kinds, what he called freedom from and freedom to. Freedom from refers to protection from external interference. Think of it as an absence of constraints, freed from jail, for example. While freedom to is the ability to take control of your life and make your own powerful choices. It was a bold and influential idea that continues to shape political thought even today. Freedom from is the kind of liberty we often celebrate. Freedom from oppression, from injustice, from tyranny. But perhaps the more transformative kind of freedom is freedom to. The freedom to grow, the freedom to choose wisely, to live with purpose, with love, and with meaning. And that's the deeper message behind the Jewish holiday of Passover. It's not just a story of an escape from slavery in ancient Egypt. It's all about really what comes next, the journey towards responsibility, community, and spiritual purpose. Just 7 weeks after their liberation, the Jewish people stood at Mount Sinai, where they received not just laws, but a mission to build a society based on justice, compassion, and mutual respect. True freedom isn't just about what we leave behind. It's about what we build moving forward. And that brings to mind somebody so many people admire, Warren Buffett. He's one of the wealthiest people on earth, worth over $150 billion. But what's remarkable about him isn't just how much he physically has, it's how little he actually needs. It's true, Warren Buffett is an incredibly wealthy man, but this is true not because of his net worth. Quite the contrary. The 93-year-old has lived in the same modest house in Omaha, Nebraska for 66 years. When asked why he never upgraded, he said, well, I'm happy here. I'd move if I thought I'd be happier somewhere else. This house does me just fine. I couldn't imagine having a better house. The founder of Berkshire Hathaway, one of the richest men in the entire world, only recently swapped his flip phone for a smartphone. He did this in 2020. Buffett is free, not because of his tremendous material wealth, but because he doesn't depend on it for his happiness. His happiness isn't about accumulation. It's about simplicity, about not being trapped by the very things that we chase. And it seems he's not alone. Across the US, more and more people are trading in their smartphones for simpler, dumb phones. They're not looking to disconnect completely. They're looking to reclaim their attention, to reclaim their time and their peace of mind. People are craving simplicity once again. Less noise, more meaning. And that's the essence of the matzah, the traditional flatbread eaten by Jews on Passover. It's made with just flour and water, nothing more. It's the opposite of rich, fluffy bread, but in that simplicity, it teaches us something so timeless. Sometimes less really is more. During Passover, families prepare food with fewer ingredients, yet somehow the meals feel more abundant. Children put away most of their toys and end up having more fun with the boxes than what actually came in them. In simplicity, there's often joy, connection, and even wonder. A few years ago, at a private event for young tech innovators, the keynote speaker was Tim Cook, Apple's quiet and reserved CEO. During the question and answer after his talk, someone asked him how he managed to step into Steve Jobs' shoes without trying to be Steve Jobs. Cook smiled and said, I learned really early on that if you try and emulate someone else's greatness, you'll miss your own. How profound. And then he shared how he asked Apple's top team to be brutally honest with him when he first took over. Tell me what you think I'm doing wrong, he said. I can't learn if I'm only hearing what I want to hear. That attitude of humility and openness didn't just preserve Apple's legacy, it actually strengthened it. Because Tim Cook wasn't trying to impress anyone. He was trying to do the best job that he could do, which meant being honest about that which he didn't know. This is precisely what former Chief Rabbi, Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, meant when he wrote, "Those who have humility are open to things greater than themselves, whilst those who lack it are not. That's why those who lack it make you feel small, while those who have it make you feel enlarged." Their humility inspires greatness in others. A fabulous example of freedom too, to be great and to inspire. Not freedom from that lower position now that I'm the CEO of Apple. And in a world obsessed with being constantly seen and heard, that just might be the most powerful kind of greatness that there is. Let me finish with this just one story that I feel says it all. A rabbi friend of mine in the United States once attended a funeral of a woman who was clearly a very complicated character. There was a palpable tension amongst her children and grandchildren, and during the service and the eulogies, they subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, whilst offering praise, still communicated that she had introduced lots of conflict into the family. But the very last speaker to take the podium was her son. He got up, took in the crowd, paused, and said, "Mum was a complicated person. Let's us keep things simple. We're surviving her. Let's simply love one another. Let's simply be loyal to one another and simply get along with one another." And with that, he sat down. And I think this is the most wonderful message of Passover and the matzah. Instead of making things complicated, let's keep things simple. Let's simply just love one another, be loyal to one another, work hard to get along with one another. And in that way, we exercise the very best freedom of all. Freedom to choose to be utterly wonderful to one another. God bless you all.